Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nautica Love, and we're back with another video. As always, before we get into the video, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video if you would like. Also follow me on all my social media. That's Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It will be linked in the description below. Let's get into the video.
Give me all my love.
As always, we have a story time. All right, so this story time today, if you haven't seen the title, it is going to be about my worst apartment experience, the worst landlord, creepy landlord, no life having ass landlord, just ugh. That's just literally how he makes me feel when I think about him, my experience, everything. Just hater, no life. All right, so this story time is about when I had got my first apartment, when I finally moved out of my mom's house. And you know how, like, when your first apartment, you really don't know, like, since this is your first time living on your own, you really don't know what to expect. You don't really know, like, what you should be looking for and all those type of things when you're moving into your first apartment. Like, you just basically going into the shit blind. Like, you don't know. My first apartment, I moved out when I was 19, 20. And you know how, like, it be hard. I don't know, like, I think the process has changed now. Like, it's a lot harder versus when I was like 19, 20. Like, it was a lot more easier at that particular apartment. Before I, decided on what apartment I wanted to move to, like, I did like a lot of research or whatever in terms of like places that's near me. Like, around that time, I was living with my mom in Garfield. Like, Garfield was kind of like Garfield Maple area. That was kind of like the area I kind of wanted to stay in because I was most familiar with it. Like, that's where I graduated from, so I kind of wanted to stay in that area because I was more familiar with it. And anybody that know me know I like to be comfortable. I like familiarity. I think that's the word. I don't know, but yeah, like, I'm getting out of that now, but like, that's just who I am. Like, I like to just stick to what I know. So anyway, so yeah, so I was looking for places in that area. So, I'm looking online. I'm going to see different apartments, like what I feel like will best fit, what I'm looking for, because it's just me. I don't need nothing big, extra, all that. So, so yeah, when I got to that apartment, and all these apartments want you to do an application fee and all that. So when I decided on the place that I wanted to, move into, like, that's the place I was going to be sold on, because I'm not about to be spending $50 for 10 apartments for application fee, then got to put down a deposit, first month's rent. I'm not doing all that. I'm 19, baby. I ain't got it like that. Shit, I'm damn near 30 now, and I don't got it like that, okay? So yeah, I'm looking around, and yes, my tree is still up. Mind your business. Mind your business. I know it's the new year. Why didn't y'all tell me? Happy New Year. I didn't even tell y'all Happy New Year. Like, reality, I didn't tell y'all Happy New Year because, bitch, it don't feel like the new year to me. Nothing's changed. Well, kind of a little bit, but nothing really changed, so I forgot. But yeah, Happy New Year, y'all. Thanks for coming back to see your girl. I ain't seen y'all since last year. What's up? What's up? Anyway. But yeah, I didn't get to tell y'all Happy New Year, so Happy New Year. How y'all 2020? See, that's why I shouldn't have said the shit. Moving on. I really didn't want to be paying all this money for these application fees and not even guaranteed that I'm going to get the apartment, because if anybody know, y'all know, like, you got to go through like a whole approval process, and paying for an application fee does not guarantee that you're going to get the apartment. Even having a deposit doesn't guarantee that you're going to get the apartment. You have to get approved for it. Now, this apartment that I ended up moving into, they had, like, it was kind of like like, I don't know, like, the apartment was nice, don't get me wrong, but it was small. Like, it was only a 1-bedroom. It really was like, it was small. They didn't have like all these extra requirements and all of that. Like, long as I didn't have no eviction, which I didn't, I never lived on my own, and long as I can provide like pay stubs that show like I make 3 times the rent, I was gonna get the apartment, especially if I had my deposit, and I had my deposit money ready. When I started looking for an apartment, let me just get this tip before I get into like the experience with them. let me get this tip. Before I moved out of my mom's house, I had a good savings. I say, like, I was working hard because I wanted to move out of my mom's house because my little sister used to always steal my shit and my mama didn't care. Like, even though that's petty, but yeah, I was over it. And my granddad had just passed away in that home. And it was just a lot of, you know, sadness, like I said in my previous video. On top of my dog had passed in that house. Like, it was just a lot of sadness attached to that house that I just wanted to go. Like, and on top of, I just wanted my own space. So this is my tip. Like, if you plan on moving out, if y'all younger, or even if you know, you in your late 20s or whatever, if you plan on moving out, I would say save some money. Like, that's what I did. I saved up, you know, a nice savings, because you never know what would happen, that, you know, you might lose your job, which I ended up doing. I'm going to tell the story about how I got scammed by another job. I'm going to tell y'all that story. But yeah, you never know if you're going to lose your job. You just never know the circumstances behind, you know, once you out there on your own and you got to make shit happen. I would say have a good savings. And what I also did, I didn't want to be one of them people that was just so thirsty to move out that when I move out, now I got to try to save and penny pitch to try to find, to get enough money so I can get furniture and all that. Before I moved out, I made sure I had a good savings. I saved up, like, the rent at least a few times over on top of just some extra saving money. I had my deposit already. I had my first month rent money already. And I started to order, like, my furniture. Like, I had my decor, all of that. Like, I ordered all my furniture. Obviously, I already had my bed. I got me a new bedroom set. What all did I need? Because, again, it was a one-bedroom apartment. And then, like, it was, you know, the apartment, it was, like, the dining room area and the living room area was, like, kind of in one. And then you had, like, a little tiny-ass kitchen. You only can turn around in it, okay? So, yeah, I ordered me my furniture for my living room. I ordered, like, you know, my rug or wall decor. I didn't get the table, my dining room table, because I got, like, a little pub table. I didn't get that until I actually moved in. But everything else I had, like, bathroom decorations, all of that. Like, all of that. I already had that before I moved. So, yeah, that's just a tip. I would say if you're living with your parents or you living with somebody that's not really pressing you to get out or pressing you to pay stuff or whatever the case may be, I would say save a good savings, because you never know. You always got to save for a rainy day. And also, say order all your furniture or have that all lined up before you move, so you're not just in an empty apartment just to say you got an apartment. What's the point of moving out into your own space if you don't have shit in it? Like, that, I just never understood that, but a lot of people do that. I ain't knocking you, but I'm just saying a smarter way to do it would be to make sure you have all your stuff before you move, especially if you're in a predicament where you're not being forced to leave, where you're able to do that. Don't be thirsty to move out, because, baby, it's not all it cracked up to be. I'm going to be the one to tell you. It's not what it all cracked up to be. If you could stay at home, girl. But me, I like my own space. I like to be by myself. Now that I have a daughter, like, don't really get that much. But, yeah, before, like, I just like having my own space. But, yeah, I already been talking all this time, and I ain't even really get into the story. But, yeah, so I'm looking around. I find an apartment that I want. I decided on that apartment because price-wise, it was in my range. It was right up the street from my mom. It was in an area I was familiar with. And, you know, everything seemed cool. Like, I got approved. It wasn't no problem. I was able to move within, like, a month. When I move in, now, the dude, the leasing manager, mind you, it's like maybe seven or eight apartments that he's, you know, managing. Like, this whole apartment complex, because it's not really a complex. It was one of them apartments that you know how, like, it's broken up, like, in each apartment door is like four downstairs, 4 upstairs. There's only like 8 people in that apartment. Then the next door, like that. So you're only sharing a space as far as like washer and dryer and all of that with those 8 people in that building. So yeah, so it's one dude controlling all 8 of these apartments. And the way it's set up, like, it's just one strip. Not up and down, not behind, just a strip. So he lived there. So since he lived there, like, obviously he's able to micromanage everything that's going on the property. Obviously, you know, when you move into an apartment, like, they have like rules like that you have to, you know, follow in terms of, you know, not getting a violation, and after so many violations they can kick you out, da da da. So they had like a music violation, like after a certain time or before a certain time you could have loud music playing. Now my experience at the apartment itself was cool, outside of like the little maintenance stuff that I had going on. Like, side note, fun fact, I had it was one of the apartments that got like the air conditioner in there. Like, it's like a big air conditioner, so it blow out the air, and it's supposed to get the whole apartment, you know, cool. Come to find out, that's the heater too. I had no idea. I didn't even know that that was the heater too, because it looks like an air conditioner. So I was only using it for the AC in the summer. So when the winter came, I'm like, why the fuck is it so cold in here? Why is it so cold? And I'm like, my heat don't work, because it still had one of them thermostat things that you can do, but that really wasn't work. That wasn't what it was. The heat was attached to the AC. So embarrassing when I called maintenance. Yeah, so embarrassing when I called maintenance, and turns out the AC, the heat, all of that is in one. Never seen that a day in my life before. But yeah, that's what it was. So since he lived on the property, like I said, he's micromanaging everything. On top of he's maintenance, he's everything. He's literally everything. So imagine how miserable your life have to be. You have no life. This is your life. You don't even own these apartments, but this is your life. And I don't knock you for your job, but damn, you lighten up. But anyway, so yeah, after my first year of being there, like, everything was cool. Like, I didn't have no issues. After my first year of being there, I started dating my child's father, Trey. I started dating him, and I don't know, like, his energy towards me, like, switched. Like, it was like a whole flip. Before, like, everything was cool. He'd see me, hey miss da-da-da, hey da-da-da. Like, he'd see me and he'd speak. Like, you know, every time went out his way to help me and, you know, stuff like that. Everything was cool. But once I started dating Trey, it's like his energy flipped. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, I don't know if he just didn't rock with him. Well, I know he just didn't like him. And like, I started beefing with him off the back of him just being petty with my dude. Like, I told y'all, they had like the time frame for the music. So this one day, Trey is coming over. Like, well, he practically leader. I already told y'all, he practically leader, but that ain't your business. And I know you don't supposed to have nobody here, and that was another rule. You can't have nobody spend more than three nights. 3 nights or 2. Whatever. You can't have nobody spend more than like 3 nights, or it's considered them living there. You got to put them on a lease. I wasn't doing all that, because we're dating. We just met not too long ago. Like, we, you know, we still getting in the swing of things. I'm not putting him on my lease. Like, what? Hello? The fuck is you talking about? Like, no. So yeah, this my dude. He gonna spend a night over here. If I gotta spend a night at his spot, I'm gonna spend a night over there. But we not doing that lease shit. And mind your business, because any other apartment, they wouldn't even be able to pay attention enough to know who coming in and out and da da da. Like, he just started being real petty. So this one time, Trey come over and like he blasting music. Anybody, I don't even want to say it's a hood nigga thing, but for sure a hood nigga thing. Hood niggas do it. If y'all have dealt with a hood dude or even a hood bitch, they blast music. I blast music, and I ain't even a hood bitch for real. But like, people blast music, but he blast Trey. The music is at the max. Whether he in the car, in the house, on the road, it don't matter. In the street, the music is loud. It's to the max, and it's some hood shit, okay? I mean, he listens to slow music too, but that's irrelevant. So he blasted music, whatever, pulling in the driveway. You know, this man, the leasing dude, put a letter on my door talking about some sound violation of lease. And then I said, I can't control how loud somebody is playing music in a vehicle. How are you trying to apply apartment rules to people in the parking lot? You know how many people come through here blasting music? That, like, I just didn't understand. How are you trying to fake penalize me for somebody blasting music in a parking lot? And it wasn't like nobody complained. His apartment was literally 2 doors down from my apartment. We're all in the same parking lot. So I think the complaint came from him. Like, nobody complained about it. Everybody else in the apartment, no issues, no nothing. It was always him. So yeah, so I called him and I'm like, why did you give me a noise violation? I wasn't playing no music. What are you talking about? Oh, your guests and visitors are a reflection of you, and if they're doing this, that, and the third, then you're gonna. I understand that if he's inside of my home, or but him pulling up in the parking lot. What if we broke up and he was just on some weird shit? You don't know. So to just say I was violating the rules because he pulled in blasting music is insanity to me. And then it wasn't like he was just outside for hours or even 10 minutes, even 5 minutes. It was a quick, literally, but he just started being petty. I used to work like second shift, so I used to get off at like midnight. So they had put a letter on, like anytime you stay in an apartment, they put letters on your doors and stuff to update you as to what's going on. Like, oh, on June 3rd, Tuesday, June 3rd, we're going to come in and we're going to do, our annual pesticide spray or whatever. So they had put a letter on my door saying they was going to come out on Thursday. They was going to come out on Thursday and do it. They put the letter on there. I want to say 40. They got to give you like a 48-hour notice. So they told me that they was coming out. Okay, cool. I don't care. I'm not going to be here, but my dude going to be here. So I'm not worried. Okay, he's going to be here. Again, it's like he live here, so he's always here. Even when I'm not here, he's here. On Tuesday, now, mind you, the letter said Thursday. It was set down on the table, so we both were aware when they were coming out. So on Tuesday, while I'm at work, first he texted me because at the time I was working at a call center, so he couldn't just call me and I answer the phone. So he texted me like, call me right now. Like, I step out and I call him and he like, why this nigga just come in this bitch with some other nigga just spraying around, da da da. I hop up, I ain't got no clothes on, they just walk in, da da da. And when they seen me, they eyes got big, da da da. And I'm just like, what you mean they came in? He like, yeah, they came in talking about they was coming to inspect whatever the pesticide shit. They was coming in to spray and da da da. I'm like, well, paperwork said Thursday. Why would they be there now? The paperwork said Thursday. He like, I said the same thing. I'm telling him like it's Thursday. Da, da, da. I'm getting into it with him. So him and the my leasing manager end up having a few words because Trey like, why the fuck is y'all just rolling up in my girl house? No. And he said, oh, and they didn't even knock. They just came in, keys, unlocked the door, came in, and they got surprised because my nigga was there. But why wouldn't y'all knock? Y'all don't know. What if I was in here? What if we both was in here? You don't know what was going. Like, you just don't know to just be walking in my shit. Like, but it made me feel like y'all knew what. Because again, his apartment is right next to mine, so he knew what car I drove. He knew everything. So why would you just come in my apartment and not even notify me? I'm pissed. Because my nigga mad. So now I'm mad. Because why would you even do that? And then, like, the fact that y'all even had words. You ain't even got shit to say to him. Hello? Now I'm heated. So now I called the apartment. And I'm like, so why did y'all come into my apartment unannounced? And from my understanding, y'all didn't even knock. He like, we did knock. And he shouldn't even been there. He needs to be on. Oh, no. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I call him like, so I'm just trying to figure out why did you come in my apartment without knocking? Like, why are you just entering my apartment and not even making me aware of it? He like, we sent out letters stating that we were coming in on Tuesday. I said, no, the paper said Thursday with this particular date of Thursday. He's like, well, maybe it was a typo. I'm like, well, if you have a typo stating that you're coming into my home without, my knowledge, you need to update your residence. You don't just come like, oh, it was a typo, but fuck it, we gonna do it anyway. No, you need to update and send out another letter or email or whatever, even a phone call. You need to update us and let us know, hey, sorry, sent out a typo. Instead of Thursday, we will be out Tuesday. Because what if I wanted to be present? What if I wanted to be there? What if I didn't feel comfortable with you coming into my apartment without me being there? What if, why wouldn't you update us? So now that I'm checking him about that, he like, and he needs to be on a lease. I'm like, no, he don't. Why he need to be on? Because he lived there. No, he doesn't. He don't live here. Yes, he does. I've seen him. I don't care how many times you've seen him. I'm like, this is my dude. This is my dude. So you're going to see him a lot. He comes to my house and I go to his house. So yeah, what are you talking about? He don't need to be on a lease. And I'm like, what does that have to do with you coming into my apartment with no authorization to do that? Also, I had said, like, you know, he don't get no mail here or nothing. Like, I don't know how you saying he live here. Just because you see him often doesn't mean he live here. Like, hello? What does that have to do with anything? You trying to deflect. Because I'm checking you about something you were clearly wrong about. Now he needs to be on the lease. No, the fuck he don't. And he ain't going on the lease. And I really think the reason why he was pressing so hard for him to go on a lease is because he wanted to know his name. He didn't know his name. He didn't know nothing about him. You don't even know if this is my motherfucking brother. You don't know. You don't know. So, yeah, so he, like, pissed me off. Like, how you gonna tell me I need to put him on the lease? Hello? Put who on the lease? I'm the only one that live here. So after that, he started being even more petty because I had a garage. Now, instead of them fixing the garage, they used to do, like, you know, what you call it? They used to hood rig it. Basically do the hood version of just getting it to work, but not really fixing it. So my garage kept getting stuck because they wasn't fixing whatever was wrong with it. They would just come out and do hood, you know, nigger rig it. So it kept breaking. So after like the second time, he's talking about something. Oh, I'm revoking your garage rights, so you don't get a garage anymore. I need the key back. And huh? What is going on? What do you mean? We never had any issues with people having a garage, but with you, for some reason, it keep breaking. You're pulling it down too hard. I ain't gonna lie. Trey used to yank that bitch. No, I ain't gonna lie. Because we didn't have a garage opener. Again, this wasn't tippity top apartment style. It was like you had to pull it up, close it down. Pull it up, close it down. It was like that. And then you had to lock it, like, with a key. Like, I think it had like a, you know, like a lock that you put on a locker. That's the kind of lock that was on the garage. And you use a key or whatever. So yeah, he like, yeah, you keep breaking the garage, so we just gonna revoke your rights. And it's up to my discretion, da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, this nigga is so motherfucking petty, bro. Let me go back. Before entering my apartment thing happened, the music thing had happened. But before them entering my apartment thing, I had checked him about my rent because, mind you, this is my first apartment, so I didn't know every year that they up the price of your rent. Like, every year your rent price go up. I had got my lease, my new lease, and it's like my rent is like $50 or $60 more than what I'm already paying. So I'm irritated. I'm like, why? So I'm calling him, I'm cussing him out. Not really cussing him out, but like I'm irritated because like, why is my rent going high? And I just feel like, okay, if that's the case, why don't y'all tell people, like, people rent going into the new year for the renewal of their lease? Why not send something out in like December saying, hey, just so you know, moving into the new year, when you renew, if you were to renew your lease, rent is gonna increase. They don't do that. They just up the rent. Hello? To me, it just felt unprofessional. Like, and I felt like with him living there, it just made it uncomfortable. To be honest, like, I felt like I'm walking on eggshells, and I ain't trying to live like that. So, since this apartment is like, it's convenient for me. When the new year roll around for the following year, since I cussed him out about that, checked him about entering my apartment without my authorization, said something about the garage thing, said something about the music thing, since like we had all these little bumping head situations that whole year leading up into the new year, this dude put a letter on my door, I want to say in November. I want to say November because I think they got to give you 60 days. It was maybe November or the beginning of December, whatever. A letter on my door stating that they will not be renewing my lease because I had too many violations. He's the leasing manager. It's through a managing company. So I'm irritated because I'm like, why wouldn't you renew my lease? All because you mad because I checked you about some shit I was right for. Why would you come into my apartment and not tell me? And then you mad because my dude there? Is this my daddy? Like, I'm not grown as fuck. Hello? So what I end up doing, I end up calling the management company, like who is over him, like who is actually in charge of the apartment. So I'm arguing with them. They like, well, he got all this nigga was putting lies on my name in my report or whatever. Cause you know, anytime any complaints or anything, they put it in, you know, on your file. So she all reading off all this stuff, and I'm like, that's not true. That never happened. That never happened. What? I'm like, I never even got that violation. And she like, well, it's here, and if it's up to him. If he don't want to renew your lease, he doesn't have to. It's up to his discretion. The same shit he was saying. I'm just like, this shit is crazy to me. This is insanity. All because I checked you about some shit that I had every right to check you about. And in reality, I never came at him crazy except for that coming into my apartment shit. Now, that's the first time I really got a little rowdy, because it was like, how are you going to tell me I need to put somebody on my lease, telling me somebody live with me who really did, but who don't. But the problem is, you living on a property. Since you live on this property, and then you live you're my neighbor, basically. I come out my house, you come out your house, we can literally walk 5 steps and we can shake hands. Like, you're literally my neighbor. So everything I did, everything, like the people that stayed in the apartments that's further down the strip in the same apartment name or whatever, and he was the same, you know, still the manager for it, they didn't really have to deal with him because he never left by my shit. By, you know, the people that lived over there. So he was just a nag and a pest. Like, I've never met nobody so motherfucking petty. Like, bro, what's the deal? Leave me alone. Is it hard? Is it that hard? So yeah, I just feel like the problem was him living on the property. He was too invested. His whole life was being the leasing manager. Even when the office closed, it's still open because he lives there. He lives, his apartment is across from the leasing office. He lives there. So when you leave in, even late night, early night, he's always there. Can't do shit. He's always there. And then, you know, when things got a little more heated between me and Trey, like, we might have started getting a little complaints because shit got deep. But yeah, before he decided he didn't want to renew my lease, everything was cool. Like, it was just, I don't know, I just didn't like how he was moving. But yeah, that, to me, that was an apartment from hell. It really wasn't the apartment, it was the leasing manager, because he had no life. His life was his job, and he was obsessed, and he was a hater, and he was so weird, and he gave me the ick. But yeah, let me wrap this story here. This kind of felt like a venting session because I haven't talked about this in a minute, because hello, who needs to go on what? Ain't no nigga going on my lease. Hello, fuck. The jokes you tell. But anyways, yeah, so let me wrap this video here. I'm gonna end it here because I'm just rambling. Y'all know your girl likes to talk. Okay, I do. Especially about me. Who don't like to talk about themselves? Duh. Yeah, let me wrap this story here. Now, back to the new year. Because I know I ain't really coming to this video saying, Happy New Year! You know. So yeah, how have y'all 2024 been going? Let me know. I think I'm going to have to start New Year on February 1st. Because, baby, this week ain't been it. Okay? And update. Oh, and anybody that's just here for the story time, don't really care about my life, y'all can go. That was the end of the video. That was it. But yeah, update. So I've been potty training my daughter. Baby, when I say, I can see why people be waiting till like 4. Like, listen, it's stressful. My daughter is 2. She just turned 2 in October. It's just, she don't really like the potty. She don't like it. Like, I mean, she'll sit in it for a minute, like, but she not really feeling it. Like, I think she don't like it because I feel like she know I want her to go. So she don't want to do it just to be rebellious. Like, that's what I feel like. Because she know what she be doing. But yeah, so we started potty training this week and it's been stressful. Like, I was to the point, like I was about to say, we about to go get you some diapers. Cause I can't. I purposely didn't buy any diapers, any pull-ups, anything like that. Strictly panties. I didn't want to get frustrated and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw you on a diaper. I purposely made sure I didn't have any of that. Once we used the last diaper, I already had her some panties, and I also bought some rubber panties instead of doing the pull-ups. I bought rubber panties. Them bitches do not work. Do not waste your money. That's what they used to use back in the day before they had pull-ups, but I don't know why, because they don't work. But anyways, yeah, so we've been potty training. It's been good, but today, y'all, she finally went. I was so happy. Like, I pottied. I was so happy, y'all. Like, that's my baby. That's my baby. I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna make a our own, because I was gonna order a potty training chart, but I'm like, no, that's something, that's like an activity I can actually do with her to get her engaged and excited about it. So we're gonna go to the dollar store and we're gonna make our own potty chart. We're gonna get us some stickers. We're gonna make us a little prize box. We gonna get it together. We're gonna make my baby happy to get on the toilet, because right now she not feeling it. She not feeling it, and I don't want to stress myself out. I be having to do the counting game, because listen, and when I tell you today, she went through maybe like the whole pack of training panties. Yeah, the whole pack. I've been washing like a motherfucker because the shit stink. It's pissy. So yeah, just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. I've been stressed out, but it's a process. Again, if y'all have any tips, anything will help. I'm stressing here. I'm stressing. Just leave it in the comments. DM me. Email me. I don't care. Just give me some help. All right, y'all. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Please subscribe. Please like. It's free. Why don't y'all like, comment, and subscribe? You ain't got to comment, because I get if you ain't got nothing to say. But I mean, I'm giving you tea, baby. Even if it's in doses, even if it's in minute doses, I'm giving it to you. If you got something to say, just say it. Get it up off your chest. And like the video. It's not hard. Just click. Look. Click. Oh, click. Wow. And then subscribe. But we are on the road to 100 subscribers. I'm almost there. So just subscribe. Just subscribe. Even if you're not going to watch my video, subscribe. Because after you see my face so many times, you're like, let me just see what she's talking about. And you ain't going to leave. So again, please like, comment, and subscribe. And share this video if you would like. Also, follow me on all my social media. Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Linked in the description below. And that's the end. Bye-bye.